where we can use garbage statement. And of course, the key to this is that partner recognizes the garbage statement sequences and doesn't try to correct back to no trump. Because then you've defeated the purpose, you've gotten even higher. So, partner opens a no trump. Yeah, you could bid 2 diamonds and drop partner in hearts, or you could bid 2 hearts and drop partner in spades, but you actually have a better option. And that would be the option to keep both of these suits in the picture. Because you might have, you very well may have a better fit in one than the other, right? You'd like to see if you can hit partner with an 8 or 9 card major fit. Whereas if partner has a doubleton in one of the majors and you just pick it and transfer, you might end up in your 7 card fit. Which would still probably be better than 1 no with this kind of hand, but let's go ahead and get to our best spot. So how do we want to deal with this hand? All right, well, how about statement, right? Now, on the surface, the partner sees 2 clubs and they think you're probably about to invite or force to game. All right, although clearly that's not your intent. Now, if partner bids 2 hearts or 2 spades, that's the best solution, right? Because we know you're passing next. You have found your best contract. So that's easy. 2 hearts or 2 spades just gets passed. The only option that might present a problem here is, what if partner says, I have no 4-card major? Okay, that's fine. But partner probably still has 3 of one of those majors, right? They might be 4, like say 4-4 in the minors and 3-2 in the majors, and you'd like to get to the fit where partner has 3. So what you can do here is you can follow up with a bid of 2 hearts.
This is not the way to do it. Sure.
What is that?
That is garbage statement.
That's not how we.
Oh, that's not how we do it at all.
I would.
Well, then you haven't had this before, have you?
We would transfer.
Well, we had more of a even hand.
4441 is ideal
4441,
garbage.
so
Statement in
whatever
our-
they answered, you could leave them in there.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to look at one of those also.
Even if
Yes.
it's diamonds.
Yes, there are a couple ways this can happen. There are a couple variations. All right, you don't, with this hand, you don't want partner to play 2 diamonds, right?
No,
You don't want to pass 2 diamonds.
no.
All right. So when you follow up with 2 hearts here, this is not an invitational hand. This is a weak hand with both majors. And it says, partner, pass me here or correct the 2 spades. Just a pass or correct situation. How do we know that it's not invitational or game forcing? Well, if we had an invitation, wouldn't we bid 2 no next? One partner didn't show a 4-card major?
Mm-hmm.
Or if we had 10 or more points and we were looking for a major fit, wouldn't we jump to 3 no next?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do either of those. You kind of limped in with the cheapest bid you can make. You don't have to be 5-5. You might be 5-4. I like to have a 5th heart. If I do this when I'm 5-4, I really like the 5-card suit to be hearts rather than spades. I kind of like this auction to promise a 5th heart. It doesn't absolutely have to. If you have 5 spades, so you could do this if you had 5 spades and 4 hearts, and then in theory you could follow with 2 spades, and then you would just be placing the contract in spades, right? So that's a little trickier because now you might not have an 8-card fit, so you might end up in a situation where partner is choosing between a 4-3 fit in one major or a 5-2 fit in the other. That is possible. Of course, anytime you have just one 5-card suit in a weak hand, it's also okay to just transfer and call it good.
Why would
If
you
you're-
not transfer here?
Because with this particular hand, having this auction, you have the luxury of being able to show both suits. Right? If you pick hearts, because couldn't you pick either major to transfer? All right.
That was my next question.
Yeah. Well, you could, but you're guessing, right? You have no idea. You know what if you say, all right, my choices are Jack 5th or 10 5th. Jack 5th is the better suit. I will transfer to hearts. Okay, so let's say you bid 2 diamonds and partner bids 2 hearts and you pass. And then come to find out that you had an 8 or 9 card spade fit that played a lot better. Well, you would have missed it, right? So that's why Stamen with this kind of hand is a better first bid. You keep both suits in the picture. You're trying whenever you have these situations where you can do something that gives you a second chance, a couple of possibilities, as opposed to taking action that is unilateral, where you have declared, you've decided what you're doing, and there's only one path, and you take it. With these kinds of hands, I think you want to do the former. I think you want to give yourself a chance to get to the best contract. And look, when your hand's this weak, partner opens a no trump. A bunch of these hands aren't going to make it. But I'd rather end up in a reasonable 2 hearts or 2 spades that goes down 1, as opposed to say a hideous 1 no that goes down 2 or 3, right? So yeah, your goal is to get to the least offensive spot. Now the thing about garbage statement is, remember that you can't always do it with every weak hand. With your weak hands that are more balanced, you're just going to have to suck it up and pass 1 no, because you really may have nowhere to go. And if your hand is balanced, then you don't have any roughing power anyhow, right? With those hands, if you pick up a 2-point hand and partner opens a no trump, you pass and you hope the opponents take you off the hook and bid something, which they very well might, because people get in over a no trump all the time. So, and sometimes you're glad, especially if you're vulnerable and you're looking at what might be, down 1, down 2, down 3, tabling some horrible dummy that partner can't get to. You're very happy when the opponents take you off the hook. Now, the garbage hand, and it sounds like some of you have looked at hands that, with your garbage statement, that are a little different.
Mm-hmm.
There actually might be 3 places that you could play. And it's all X's this time, not an honor at all. 3 little spades, 4 little hearts, 5 little diamonds, and a singleton club. All right, partner opens a no trump. Partner's gonna hate me. Well, someone else dealt you this hand. It's not your fault. All right. So, look, no contract here is gonna be a picnic for partner. But let's give ourselves the best chance. Can we all agree that no trump would really stink?
Yes.
Yeah, this is a dummy that the partner's probably not going to get to. Okay, let's get out of no trump and get into a suit. So what do you think about using statement here?
Yes.
And believe it or not, in this case, you can pass whatever the opener bids, and it's going to be better than 1 no. So if partner bids, let's say partner bids 2 spades, a suit you only have 3 in. Okay, that's not perfect. It may only be a 7-card fit. A partner could have a 5th spade, right? Partner could have a 5-card mixture, that is possible. We're not having a puppet auction, but they might happen to have a 5th spade. But even if they only have 4, your thought with this kind of hand, if you end up in 2 spades as well, at least if partner needs to rough a club loser or 2 in the dummy with a couple small spades, they could probably do that. If partner bids 2 hearts, you're thrilled. Again, thrilled within the context of having a hand with 0 points, but that's a pretty good answer, right? Now you have a guaranteed 8-card heart fit. So that gives you a little more roughing power if the opponents were to do something like lead trump, which, by the way, if you see a garbage statement auction, a lot of times leading trump is a good idea against that as a defender. We want to give you the counter to it as well. If they have an auction where they bid statement and the opener bids 2 of something and then responder passes, now having confirmed a weak hand, a lot of times your side actually has some high card strength and you want to cut down their roughing power. which was something we talked about in the fall in one of our classes. So that would be a good situation for it.
Would you do that with 4-4-4-1?
4-4-4-1, yeah, you can do it with 4-4-4-1. So if we take the fifth diamond and make it a spade, yeah, we could do that as well.
What about 3-4-4-2?
Yes.
Now it's getting to be a little bit of a problem. What you'll notice all of these garbage stamen hands have in common is club shortness.
Yes.
Because that's the one place you can't play, right? Because there's never going to be a 2 club response to 2 clubs unless it's insufficient, in which case the director is at your table, right? So if you have, could you have a doubleton club and a garbage stamen hand? Yeah, maybe. It gets really hard to construct a hand that this will work for if you have more than 2 clubs. Ideally, you have a singleton or maybe even a void. So what if partner has no 4-card major? So they bid 2 diamonds. Now we know the 2 diamond response to stamen here to be artificial, right? Your partner is not showing diamonds with this bid. All they're saying is, I don't have a 4-card major. But if no more than 6 of the cards in their hands are major suit cards, they actually rate to have more diamonds. Could they have a doubleton diamond? Yeah, they could have 5 clubs and 2 diamonds and be 3-3 in the majors. That is a possible shape. So again, is that a great contract? No, that's not the situation you're hoping for. But I think you're still better off there than you are in 1-no. And anytime partner has 3 or 4 diamonds, you've actually hit a pretty good fit here. So again, what you do, partner doesn't know at the time of bidding 2 diamonds, as far as they know, you're going to be making a move toward game. And so maybe they're a little alarmed when you then pass. They're thinking, I just made an artificial bid. I just responded to statement. But when they see the dummy, they will understand that 2 diamonds is actually probably not a horrible contract here.
There's no way to alert that or anything.
No, you don't know. You don't know until responder passes.
Right.
When responder passes, you gotta, oh, okay, you had the weak hand. Generally, you want to avoid, I would say avoid using, even if you have the right shape for it, I would avoid using garbage stamen if you are at the upper end of your passed hand range. In other words, if we figure you're not going to be inviting a game with 0 to 7 typically, if you're in that 5 to 7 range, probably don't want to use garbage there. A king here and a queen there. Look, partner's got 15 to 17. You've got half the deck or a little more. So 1-no is not such a bad proposition if you've got a couple of honors. Even a couple of queens and a few 10s and 9s over there. You might, in that case, you can just pass 1-no. Now, you're going to do all your normal stuff. Like if you have a 5-card major, of course, you're still going to transfer with that hand. That doesn't change. But don't feel like you have to run from 1-no anytime you're not planning on inviting. I see people sometimes bid garbage stamen with too good of a hand and the dummy hits, and I'm like, well, maybe you're in an okay spot, but frankly, I'd rather just be in no trouble, right? So, it really is intended for the absolute horrible hands, like 0 to 4 high card point kind of hands that are just likely to be, useless for the most part for no trouble. And sometimes you're going to be stuck too with a hand like this. Three whole points, 2 spades and 2 clubs. Doubletons and both black suits. You've got 4 hearts and you've got 5 diamonds. I know it doesn't look attractive, but you should pass with this hand. And hopefully you are anticipating the bad things that could happen if you decide to bid. What if you bid two clubs. All right, well, maybe partner will oblige you. Maybe partner will bid 2 diamonds and you can pass. Maybe partner will bid 2 hearts and you can pass. But what I am afraid of is this. Right? So what I would ask you, excuse me, is how do you plan to get out of that mess? Do you want to pass 2 spades and leave partner in what is probably a 4-2 spade fit?
Carol.
That would be bad. You can't now bid 2 no trump, right? Or a new suit, because you know 2 no is invitational. You're certainly nowhere close to invitational with your 3 points. If you bid 2, partner's liable to bid 3. And by the way, you could have passed 1. You know, the train is officially off the track there. You know, a new suit is 100% game forcing on this auction, so you can't make a desperation 3 diamonds here because partner's not allowed to pass that. So if you bid with this hand, you're just digging the hole deeper and deeper. So as unattractive as it may seem, what I do is pass, let partner play 1 no, hope for the best. Maybe the opponents take you off the hook. Maybe the opponents bid something and you get a chance to get back in. Who knows? Maybe an opponent balances 2 clubs, and then when it comes around to you, if you want to try 2 diamonds or something like that, because you don't want to sell out, you could try that. I would probably just let it go. That's a pretty bad hand, and I would be glad not to have to declare it or to make partner declare it. So yeah, I mean, there's really not a whole lot to say. Does anybody have any questions on the garbage?
How do you recognize it's a garbage statement?
Well, like I said, in some cases the responder will just pass, and
What about when you came back with the 2 hearts?
yeah, so that is probably the one. Excuse me, it was 2 diamonds. Yeah, this is the one that might look to you like it could be forward going, but this particular sequence is typically played as weak with both majors and not diamonds. Because if diamonds were a playable spot, then you would have passed 2 diamonds here, right?
So that